Hello, Saturday night. Where have you been? So weird. It's like last week we did the podcast thing, so it just felt weird missing that week.
Oh yeah, dude. I just stepped out of the TARDIS, and let me tell you, you want to talk about jet lag? You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, you said tard. That kind of fits you, so I was okay with that.
Hey, I'm not just a tard.
I know you got feelings. It's okay. Maybe.
Tards are people too, man.
Yeah, get back in your TARDIS. So yeah, it was really weird not meeting last Saturday and doing this, but it's all right. We're back now.
We're back and we're still alive.
Well, I'm more like 80% alive right now. Yeah, I'm still kind of hanging there.
Hanging there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're like a 90-year-old cock, just hanging there.
See, you always got to go there. If you just have to throw in that, you can't go without mentioning. I think you have that on your brain.
Look, that was my nice way of calling you a dickhead.
Oh, well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. No, it seemed really long because like I've had this freaking toothache the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you ever had a toothache get so bad that you're debating to go out in the garage and get a pair of pliers?
Oh, absolutely.
And just yank it yourself? Yeah. It's like that. But the pain pills have kicked in now, so this is going to be really interesting tonight.
Oh, this is going to be fun. You know what sucks, though, is you're not sharing.
Well, I kind of grew up as the only child in a house, so...
Selfish bastard.
Yeah. I don't play well with
Take
others.
another one.
No?
Go ahead. Take another one. I dare you.
You're wasting it. So, tonight, let's see, we have a bunch of new stuff to talk about. We now have the ability to download an Android app and be broadcast over.
Sweet.
So all you mobile users can listen to us on that. We built a backup room just in case the player doesn't load on our website. So now you have two choices to choose from. I think it's all it changed with that, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Now you see how I feel when you go into your technical jargon with your gaming consoles and stuff.
No. No, you're totally, completely wrong. Look, I don't talk about gaming consoles and shit. The only time I talk about it is to tell you what kind of pieces of shit they are. Now, when I go into some kind of physics or scientific stuff, you go into well, I'm a Christian and I don't believe in science.
Really, you're gonna throw that out there?
Science don't exist. It's a figment of your imagination.
Whatever. The dinosaurs are fake. So,
look, we're the aliens. That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't even make sense to me. The logic that's in your head. I can't even touch it. At least not without an aluminum foil helmet.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
I'm gonna pass on that. So tonight, I think we got 3 different stories, and I think the best one out of this is definitely has to be the fistful of chicken.
Fistful of chicken. I love this.
The fact that this woman, she was a manager for a chicken chain. We won't mention
one of these
name.
Fast food places, right?
Right, a little chicken chain. Their store gets robbed.
Somebody robs the fast food chicken place.
Right.
Now wait, did they go through the drive-through?
No, I'm pretty sure they went in. Because you know that the service of the drive-through sucks, so it's just better to go in.
Could you imagine this? You're pulling up to the window. Hi, can I help you? Yeah, I need a number 4, a number 11, and an extra large soda. Oh, and by the way, all your money.
Well, you better check your bags. I'm pretty sure not all of it's going to be in there. So anyway,
did they forget the sauce this time or what?
No, they actually didn't. She gets held up, and I think they take like $400 is what the guy gets. He walks away with. So now, the owner of this little franchise store gives her a choice. You either pay the $400 back out of your pocket, or I'm going to fire you.
So now this was the franchise owner and not like the corporate office here. This was just the franchise.
Just the franchise owner, yeah. So of course she doesn't have like $400, so he fires her.
She ought to tell him, look, I work for you. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, that turned into like an HR nightmare. Soon as the corporation heard about this, they were like, "Oh no, you've got to give her job back. You can't fire her for this." So not only did they offer her the job back, but they cut her a check for $2,000 for the time she missed.
Yeah, $2,000 my ass. You know what? I'm going to see your ass in court.
I would have held out for more. I don't think I would have settled for two. I think I would have took it further.
But at the same time, here you are working this. I assume it's a minimum wage or close to minimum wage job. You can't afford to hold out. They know this. I mean,
that is a good point.
They reimbursed her the time she missed. No hard feelings. Yeah, my ass.
Well, as far as I know, she didn't accept the position back. I think for one, she's pregnant.
Okay.
And she was a supervisor there. But I think she decided she just wasn't going to go back because she was in fear of retaliation.
Here's what I'm seeing here. You have a pregnant woman working at a fast food chain under this franchise. What it sounds like to me is this franchise owner wanted to possibly, now this is theoretical, I have no facts on this, but
you never have any facts on anything.
I got plenty of facts for you. I will school you. I will spit so many facts at you, your head will explode.
All your facts come off the internet. Hello, look, it's Wikipedia. I know everything.
For those of you at home, I am flipping Sean off.
Yeah, that's what you did last week.
Okay, so I'm thinking that this franchise owner decided to find a way to get rid of his pregnant employee. Because, under this, what was it, the Family Medical Leave Act, they're going to have to let this woman have this time off after she reaches a certain trimester or a certain term in her pregnancy.
That's a big word for you.
I have known many big words. I am well read and loved by many.
I is a graduate.
But anyway, I'm thinking they wanted to get rid of this pregnant woman so that they could have somebody in there, working without having to take that time off. Because now this franchise owner is going to have to get someone in there to work while she's off on her Family Medical Leave Act time. And then when she's done with that, she gets to come back and have her job. That's the law. But if they can find a way to fire her, such as, you're not going to pay me back the money that was robbed from me, that was not your fault, well, you're fired, now I don't have that problem.
Well, now, here's the loophole on this. Apparently, their policy is, once the drawer reaches X amount of dollars, let's say 200, you must do a drop in the safe. It keeps the large amounts of cash out of the drawer.
Well, didn't the guys get the safe?
Apparently, no. Apparently, she wasn't doing her drops. There should have never been that amount of money in the drawer. So that's what he was trying to hold over her head, that she didn't do her job right and he was going to fire her. So I really don't think, well, I mean, it could. Had to do something with the pregnancy. You never know. People are freaking weird. But she didn't follow that company procedure. That's what he was squabbling about.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Well, and I think that's why the HR department from the franchise stepped in.
From corporate.
Right, and kind of schooled this guy and said, no, you can't do that. That's not, right. That's pretty much bringing a lawsuit on yourself.
Absolutely.
And if this guy thinks he's, losing money because he got robbed for $400, wait till he has to go to court and he gets drug out for a couple of years.
Now, if they go to court, will it be this franchise owner, or will it be the corporate office going to court? Who's going to court?
It would have to be the owner, because it's his store. I mean, the franchise, basically what you're doing is you're buying a name.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by buying this name, you're kind of going by their rules and procedures and policies. So if you don't follow those procedures, they can step in and yank that franchise name. Well, if they come in and yank it, now you're left with a building, and you've got to figure out how you're going to serve food under a different name, because you can't use their logo anymore, or serve their recipes in that matter either.
Now, let's be honest here. Recipes, there is no recipe. It's called food in a box, and they heat it up.
Well,
Drop
in
it
this
in
case,
oil, throw it on the grill, put it in the microwave.
in this case, it wasn't the Colonel's recipe. But well, no, I mean, people have signature items that are made. There's certain food items that you can't order as a restaurant because they belong to that chain. For instance, like Subway. Subway, their meats come in from Subway. They don't come in from a different vendor. They actually come in a Subway box. So, that company has I don't want to say rights, but they have ownership over that food. So if this franchise is sending their food to this little small business, they stop that. He can't sell it anymore. He's got to figure out something else quick. And that's definitely a big loss of money for him. So
it sounds like to me this franchise owner was in the wrong. He needs to get his shit together. And
well, I'm pretty sure that this HR company come down and they sat down with him and kind of explained what he can and cannot do. I think a lot of times these business owners get this big head. It's my store and I'll do what I want. Well, it doesn't always work that way, especially in the legal aspect of it. You can bring a lawsuit on yourself pretty quick and easy. So right now, I think he's probably learned his lesson, and hopefully this lady's either going to find a job or take her job back.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think that she's entitled to any kind of reimbursement, or is she entitled to anything more than this $2,000?
Entitled, no, but she probably could have got more.
I mean, because this sounds like a good case for wrongful termination.
Well, and she's worried about retaliation if she goes back to work there, and that's a form of harassment in itself. So, I mean, even if they did fire her after she went back, she could probably have a suit again on that. So,
if there's any attorneys out there, hit us up on the website. Leave us a message. Let us know what you think.
I'm really doubting there's any attorneys listening to us.
You never know, okay?
Is that kind of like ambulance chasers? Like, hey, we know these guys are going to cross a red line and someone's going to sue them, so we'll be ready.
Absolutely. You know what? It would not surprise me if there was an attorney in every single pharmacy checking out the pills that people are getting. I mean, have you watched TV lately?
I don't watch TV.
Have you taken the fuck it all pill lately? If so, fuck it all could lead to all these bad side effects, and it's harmful for you, even though it passed FDA standards.
You play that card to death.
Well, it's a fact, dude.
Oh, well, all medicines have that. They got to have that disclaimer. Caution, may shit your spleen. That's just part of it. Guess what?
Well,
people are going to take it no matter what.
If there's a pill out there that does that to you, then how in the hell is it getting on the shelves? Why is it on the shelves? Why isn't the FDA doing their freaking job?
Because there's like a slim 10% chance that pill might actually help somebody. So if it helps that 10%, the other 90% can shit their spleen, and that's okay. That's what they do.
And people say I'm fucked up.
Well, people that know you say you're fucked up. People that don't know you just haven't had the chance yet.
Yeah.
Give them
I think
time.
I should get that printed on a shirt.
That's going to be a logo for your coffee cup. All right, so let's run up to a music break real quick, and then we'll come right back and get back into this.
Right on.
And we're back. We had a technical difficulty. Everything just went blank on us. That really sucks. We just started in. We were talking about this story. Wasn't even paying attention to what was going on. We looked up, and the stream is dead. Yeah, not good. So, quit feeding me pills.
Hey, look, if I had control of the pills, I would split them with you. But I don't.
You're just mad because I won't share.
Well, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I don't know what really happened there, but everything just went dead. We had nothing. Like all the encoding stopped, everything.
Oh man, this is classic.
Yeah, well, that's my luck.
This is great.
The one night I'm jacked up on painkillers, I can't control.
I shall
our own
hold this
switchboard.
over your head forever. For all eternity. Eternity.
You done?
For now.
Okay. I thought you were going to go into a little rant there for a second. So let's start over with this story.
Let's start over here.
I was sitting here telling a story about this demonstration. They had this. It was supposed to be a demonstration against racism and white supremacy down in this little town in Georgia. Now, these group of people that are protesting decided to take an American flag and throw it on the ground, and they were trampling on it. Now, this young lady, her name was Michelle Manhart. She was an Air Force veteran. She went up and took the flag from the protesters, and she refused to give this flag back to them. The police even ordered her to do so, and she refused to do it. And so the officers end up restraining her and detaining her, and they even banned her from the campus for doing this. Now, first, if you're protesting against racism or white supremacy, what does trampling the American flag prove? I'm thinking that flag symbolizes the freedom that you were given to be free. Why would you trample that?
Well, what it sounds like to me is you got a group of college students who don't know shit about shit, and that's an epidemic here in the United States. It's really bad. That's a conversation for another time. But we're supposedly protesting trampling on the American flag. That's wrong. That's wrong. And kudos for this woman to pick up that flag. If I had my way about it, I would cut this funding to the school to allow this protest to go on. The people trampling on the flag, if they were students, I would cancel their student loans. You're out of the fucking school. You do not trample on the American flag. You do not burn it. You do not spit on it. No, you do not desecrate the American flag at all, period. If you've got a problem with a politician or whatever issues, then you go take it up with that politician. There's other means to go about it. But to desecrate the American flag that way, it's just unacceptable. Now, on the flip side, in the United States, we have constitutional amendments to protect our freedom of speech and expression, which is fine. You want to protest, have your little protest rallies. But when you start trampling on the American flag, that's gone too far. Those people should have been locked up.
Well, and for me, that freedom of speech, that protects you from the government. It doesn't protect you from me. Somebody would be gotten an ass whooping that day.
And rightfully so.
Yeah,
rightfully
they deserve it. To trample on the very thing that symbolizes the freedom that we have to protest and to assemble in a protest is just idiocracy. How dumb do you have to be to take what symbolizes your freedom and trample it? Everyone wants to complain about rights and freedom and different things. I don't think a lot of people understand what goes on around the world or what it's like to live in a different country.
You know what the thing is here is it's fine to protest, but when you desecrate the flag, that has nothing. That's not helping your cause. That's just saying that you're some kind of freaking idiot that wants to be disrespectful to anybody who's done any kind of service to the United States, to your country. It's disrespectful. It's wrong, and these people make me sick.
Well, the school president, William McKinney, he actually said that the freedom of speech must be upheld even if it includes disrespect to the flag. Now, you would think a person in that position would have a level of intelligence and understanding that, yes, while you have the right to say whatever you want, you don't trample the American flag. And to me, once you do, that's almost like treason.
Yeah.
I know it sounds kind of dumb to say that, but in a sense, to me, it is like treason.
I'll agree with that.
It's almost like you're turning your back on your country because you're trampling that flag.
I mean, and their protest has nothing to do with the American. I mean, I don't see the connection there.
Well, and to them, their response is just a flag. Okay,
It's not just a
personally,
flag. First of all, this is the seal of your nation. This is, it's not just about you and what politics you think of and how you want to protest about whatever. This flag stands for generations that built this nation what it is.
my grandfather fought in World War II for this country.
Whose grandfather didn't, man?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And when you trample that flag, that's the equivalency of you pissing on his grave.
Yeah.
And that's how I would treat it as such. I just think the group of people that would do something like this, their mentality is just, I don't understand where it comes from. I don't get it.
I don't either.
So, I don't know. How do you even solve this problem?
Well, I think it comes down to really the mentality of people. They want to protest and make noise. Fine, protest, have your rallies, do whatever. That's fine. That's great. But I mean, what's burning the American flag or trampling the American flag? How does that fit into your argument? It sounds more like to me that this racism argument should be taken to the racist. If you got a problem with the KKK, then you go knock on the KKK's door and say, hey, what's up? We got an issue. We need to talk.
Well, unfortunately, with people, it's easier to, when they protest, it's easier to take your aggression out on something that isn't involved in your cause than it is to face the aggressor.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds like a bunch of psychological pussy bullshit. It's okay to do whatever you want. No, we're not going to make excuses for these people. These people fucked up. They did wrong. They need to think about what they're doing before they act. And it didn't happen in this case. These people wanted to throw a fit and they wanted to make some noise, so we're going to trample the American flag. Fuck you people.
But you know what? I think people, especially the younger generation, they see this type of activity on TV also. It wasn't too long ago that a rapper got in trouble for making a music video. And in his video, he had this big American flag that he was dancing on once the flag fell down. And I think people see that and they just don't understand the significance of the flag.
People don't have the respect for their nation like they used to. Like on our grandparents' generation. They don't have the respect.
Well, I don't agree with most of the politics that happens in this country, and I don't agree with the way things are run. But as a nation, I love my country. I think we live in the greatest country in the world. We have opportunities. Why do you think so many illegals do come here? Because there's more opportunities in this land than there is anywhere else. So, I mean, how could anyone be so mad to trample their own flag?
I don't get it.
I'm totally confused by it. People are just idiots.
People, yeah.
I mean, really. And the whole racism thing, it's over. God. Okay.
Well, I can't say that it's over. You know what? Racism, everybody has their own ideas on whatever, and that's fine. You can have your ideas, but unless I ask your opinion, keep it to yourself.
I have a hard enough time waking up in the morning to go to work, let alone to have time to oppress a whole nation of people. I mean, it wasn't me and it wasn't you. So why do we keep dragging this out?
I don't know.
Let it go. Be done with it. But instead, let's throw up the past over and over and over. I mean, yeah. It's got to stop sooner or later, and there has to be a point where we just go, you know what, we're done with this. It's time to move on.
A big problem we have is anything to get media attention. And once that attention has been had by the media just makes it worse. Instead of allowing people to sit at a round table, so to speak, and discuss their issues, the media wants to take a story and then just build it. They want to snowball this story and make it bigger and bigger than what it actually may be.
That's because it sells.
And that's the problem.
The more it sells, the more viewers we get, our ratings go up. But when does it stop being about ratings and viewers? Why not be about the truth? what's really happening out there.
Let me tell you something about truth in today. Truth is all about perspective.
But whose perspective?
Exactly. Whose perspective?
Unfortunately, people watch the news and they gather all their information from this, and everyone takes it for truth. And I don't even know how to say this. The truth that they spin to us has been generated so they make money. It's not really the truth half the time.
Well, what's really bad is, okay, so you watch the news at 6 o'clock, right? This is this story, blah, 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 blah. Here's the story. More on this story at 8. So you tune in at 8 o'clock and you watch the news again to get the follow-up on the story. And then before you know it, here, they give you a little bit more, and then more of this story at 10. So you watch again at 10 o'clock to get more of this story. And then we'll keep you updated on this story. So guess what? In the morning, you click on the news and you get the follow-up, which is really a rehash of the previous day 5-minute story. And then they just keep it going. Today's journalism is a joke.
Well, yeah, if you read most of the headlines and most of the stories nowadays, where they come up with this crap is beyond me. Because there's stories in there that relates to nothing. It's like, it's all filler.
Yeah, you remember the days of, when reporters had integrity, people like Dan Rather and Walter Cronkite and Barbara Walters in her early days before she got celebrity sickness. Reporters had integrity. And now that integrity has been taken away from, I don't know, I'm guessing some Robert Murdoch that owns this corporation, your Fox, your NBC or whatever, and orders come down the line to just keep snowballing the same story. So people keep tuning in.
Well, if you keep stepping on it, it'll keep bleeding. That's the whole point.
It's horrible.
Well, all right, we're going to run over to a music break real quick, and
I'm going to go smoke that cigarette.
We will be back. Let's see if we can do this without any hardware failure this time.
They make a little blue pill for that.
Yeah, no, I got enough right now running through my head. I think I'm good. I still don't understand what happened with it last time when it crashed, but, computers. It's always that way.
Ghost in the machine, brother.
Yeah, they say to err is human, but to really foul things up, throw a computer in the mix, because that'll do it. Yeah.
I always thought the internet should use condoms because with all the viruses out there, you never know.
I don't know where this keyboard's been.
Exactly.
Well, usually you can tell if it's sticky or not. That's one way to tell.
Ew.
Ooh, yeah.
Ew.
Are you thinking about that as you're typing now?
I'm not even touching that.
Be careful of the mouse, too. Mm-hmm. So, I know you had something you was working on.
Okay, so get this. Man goes to board an airplane at an airport. And that's not just a little Cessna. No, this is a major, I don't want to say the company's name. But anyway, he's going to board this flight. And while he's waiting in line, he's tweeting like, I guess, normal people do. So he's tweeting about his experience at the airport, and he's tweeting about the airline. He's tweeting about the security people and all the bullshit he's having to go through. Well, somehow between the time this guy starts tweeting and his turn to board the plane, here comes some airline attendant or security person that is refusing the man to board the plane because of his tweet. So they give him an ultimatum. You can delete your tweet and board the plane, or you can just not board the plane at all.
Since when does the airport company or the TSA check people's tweets?
I don't know, man, but that's a scary freaking thought.
I mean,
one man's opinion gets him. They won't let him board the plane since they don't like his tweets about their company.
makes you wonder how they do that, how they're grabbing the information from his phone. Unless, I mean, he could be using their wireless service, then I could see how
Well,
cool it
yeah.
would be.
When you go into the airport and connect, you're using their Wi-Fi. So I mean, but
You can tell how often. Last time I was on a plane was like 18 years ago. Yeah, so I mean, things have changed since then.
yeah,
There wasn't such thing as Wi-Fi 18 years ago. But it's kind of scary that information can be grabbed instantly and used against you.
yeah. It's sickening. Now I could sit here and drop down some conspiracy theory mumbo jumbo on you, but I know you're not going to go for that. So I'm just going to.
No, I'm not wearing my helmet. Not today.
Yeah.
No Kool-Aid for me, sir. I'll pass.
But really, in situations like this, it kind of makes you think. Now, what if this guy had tax issues and decided to walk into an IRS office and was tweeting about that? Would the same thing happen to him? Oh, well, I'm sorry, sir. You posted a negative tweet about the IRS. We're going to have to fuck you over unless you delete your tweet.
I don't know. I mean, where does privacy come in? I guess technically, if you're posting this on social media, there is no privacy because you're putting that information out for everyone to see.
Well, when you're talking about privacy, everybody's given up their privacy.
Well, all the dumb people have given up their privacy. That's what social media is for, man, is to tell everyone every little thing that happens during your day.
Screw that.
Ugh. It's gotten to the point now where, like, even on my personal media sites, I don't follow over half the people that I have on there because I don't care what you're doing that day. There's so much they put on there. It's like every little thing.
Yeah, if there's something important that's happened to you or that you've done, call me up. Talk to me about it. I don't care if little Timmy spilled his juice 10 minutes ago. That's not worth tweeting or Facebooking about. Come on.
So I take it the guy ended up deleting his post.
Yeah.
So he could get on the plane.
Yeah, but given the way things are today, of course, it made the headlines.
As soon as I got off that plane, I'd been tweeting again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've been dogging him as soon as I
flight.
stepped out of the plane. Like, crappiest airline ever. Smiley face. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make much sense how they knew it was him and was able to capture him that quick.
So, he paid his money for his ticket. He's standing in line to go through security to board the plane. I'm sorry, sir. I can't let you on. Well, why not? Well, because you posted a negative tweet about us.
Could you imagine if they did this at restaurants? Service is taking too long. Send. Then the waitress comes out and goes, oh, we decided we're not going to serve you because you tweeted about our restaurant in a negative manner.
Well, I guess if you're the business owner and you felt that strongly about it, you have that right to refuse the service.
Who the hell's got time to sit back there and check all these tweets that are coming through Twitter?
I don't know.
You're going to have someone sit behind a desk and pay him? All right, let us know if anyone says anything bad about us.
It's insane.
Shit, I want that job. Sign me up. I'll sit back there all day and read people's posts.
Oh my God, could you imagine if you were one of these people that worked for, say, like AT&T?
Oh no, that'd be horrendous.
That'd be horrendous. My God, reading all the negative comments about AT&T all day as your job, and then keeping track of these people and checking them against your list of customers. Oh,
we're charging them extra fees on their bill.
Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did something like that, or cut their internet speed down, or some kind of sneaky shit like that. That AT&T's been known to do stuff like that.
I can't say anything about them because I've never actually had AT&T as a service provider.
I don't recommend them.
Well, there's a lot of them I don't recommend, but it's really odd that they would waste their time or even care what I would have to say about their company. I mean, out of all the people they serve, Why go through each and every one of them to see who said what?
Yeah, I don't know how the airline got a hold of the tweet or what, but they did, and that's what happened.
But that is also a good example of maybe you don't need to tweet every single thing you do.
Yeah.
The airliner won't let me board the plane. What? Like anyone else cares.
Put down your phone and have a conversation.
Yeah. Maybe if you weren't tweeting, you would have been there when they called you the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. I'm not saying that what they did was right. I mean, it's not. Technically, I think there should be some kind of privacy where they can't just automatically
people need
pull
to
those
take back
messages.
their privacy, you know? But no, they want to throw their business out there.
Well, with the internet, there is no privacy.
I just don't understand why people have this compulsion to comment on every moment of their life.
I think you're probably the most non-internet person I know when it comes to putting personal information out there.
It's my business, not no one else's.
Everything you sign up for has an alias. Can you think of one thing that has your name attached to it?
No.
Not even your email.
No.
Talk about paranoia.
I don't see it as paranoia. Paranoia is hiding under your bed with the blankets curled over looking for the monsters.
You don't do that?
Not anymore.
Let's say me neither.
Liar.
I have a flashlight now. I'm good. I sleep with a teddy bear.
But really, or you know, the crazy people out there are. I mean, you can find yourself in some kind of internet argument. The next thing you know, you pissed off somebody, so they're looking up all the information they can about you just to fuck with you. I'm going to steal your identity, buy a bunch of stuff, and ship it to somebody else so it doesn't come back to me. That's the kind of mentality we have so much with the internet today.
Here's the funny thing about this. You think you're being secretive.
Oh, I know I'm not.
I'm going to say, once we capture your IP address, we know exactly where you're at.
Well, yeah, you see there's programs out there that mask your IP, give false IPs. So if you were to track the IP, it would give a bullshit address anyway. And
yeah, but do you do that?
I'm not going to reply to that.
Just in case someone's capturing this right now. I think I put most of my stuff that I put out there, I probably put my name on it. There's a lot that I have put out there that I do put my name on, just because I'm not scared. I mean,
well, let me ask you
if you think it'd be great to be me, try it.
Have you ever posted something that you regretted?
No, I don't think I have.
You never posted something and say, "Oh God, I wish I hadn't have done that."
No, I mean I have taken some slack over things that I've posted, but I'm the type of person I kind of stand by what I say. I don't apologize for my I don't want to call it rudeness as much as it is maybe straightforwardness. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. And then sometimes it happens where someone makes a comment and didn't necessarily ask for my opinion, and I gave it, and it offended people. But like I said, I'm not going to apologize for that, and I'm not going to regret the fact I said it. That's all you got is After that long spiel that I just gave about it, that's all you got is
Well,
I mean, you could have given me like a little bit. Well, kudos to you for standing behind what you believe in, but instead you were just like, I got nothing.
Well, no, I kind of got the gist of it in the first couple of seconds, and then after that, it just kind of went to wah 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 wah. It turned into Charlie Brown's teacher. Sorry.
You used my own words against me.
I did.
That's cold.
I apologized. And I was honest. I could have lied about it and said,
that don't mean shit.
Yeah. You're dead to me now.
See if you get a Christmas card. You didn't get one last year, did you?
I didn't get one last year.
Or the year before that.
Nope.
Well, you can see where you fall on the list.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've got a Christmas card I'm going to send you.
Well, I tell you what. No one's ever got a Christmas card from me. How about that? Because I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm not the birthday card, Christmas card. I have a hard enough time remembering what I got to do through the week, let alone remembering. If it wasn't for Facebook or social media, I wouldn't remember the people's birthdays that do show up. It's that bad. I remember my kids and my wife. I figure that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got to live with them, or I got to
Yeah,
see them more
these
than
are the
anybody.
people that can kill you in your sleep. Absolutely.
Right. Because they know where I sleep.
Yeah.
So, other than that, yeah. Were you saying that you've posted stuff that you've regretted?
Well, it wasn't so much of posting stuff that I regretted, but it was regretting joining social media. I mean, once you join a social media outlet, people find you, and they're not necessarily people that you want to be found by.
I don't know if I need social media to find people.
No, well, what I'm saying is, let's say you're on your Facebook or whatever, and then out of the blue, here comes somebody that knew you from 15 years ago. You don't remember them, but they remember you, and they're all blah, 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 buddy this, and trying to talk to you, and you have no clue who they are.
So you're saying you're just antisocial?
I'm not antisocial. It's just, look, if I haven't, I don't know who you are anymore. What the fuck are you doing talking to me?
I guess if I haven't talked to you in 15 years, there's probably a reason why.
Well, if you haven't talked to me in 15 years, I don't know where I was going with that.
Me neither. That's why I was waiting.
Yeah. Keep waiting. Facebook, Twitter, crooked companies. Give us a call. What's our number?
660-815-4940.
And say it again for the deaf people.
Did they get that?
They're deaf people. They can't hear shit. What the hell's wrong with you?
I sign language it into the microphone. I figured it would go through. That's only the positive side about making fun of the deaf people on that one, because it's not like they heard us to call us to yell at us for what we said. So, all you people out there that can listen, don't go telling your deaf friends what we said. That's BS, man. That's snitching. Snitches get you stitches.
Yeah. Word.
Don't ever do that again, white boy. That was terrible.
Wait a minute. Word.
No. Still not doing it for me. Yeah. But you better hope you never go to prison. You're going to have a hard time intimidating anybody. Yeah.
No habla español either.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work in prison.
Well, I guess it's the DR for me, baby.
I guess you're gonna be somebody's bitch.
If the Cubans can come over in the 80s, and I tell you what, I can roll my ass in the Dominican Republic.
Good luck. You're gonna have to pick a group to hang with. It's either shave your head and become a skinhead, or you're just gonna have to be like some kind of cellmate prostitute.
Fuck that. I don't like those options.
Well, don't go to prison. Because your intimidation factors, it's lacking. So, yeah. But, yeah, back to this whole tweeting airplane thing. You know what? The fact that they can do that, I don't think I'd even want to use social media around an airport.
Okay, so like you were saying, you did your tweeting after you got off the plane. And let's say, for the sake of argument, the airline kept track of that. So the next time you go to book...
Oh, I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? It could come around and still bite you in the ass. You could get on this no-fly list, or, I'm sorry, sir, we think you're an asshole, we're not going to service you. You got to realize these airlines are private companies. It's not a public service that you're entitled to. It's a service that you can buy.
Could that be considered some type of form of harassment, though?
I don't see how it's a form of harassment or discrimination. Private company offers a service. You don't like our company? Guess what? You're not getting our service.
That is a good point. So if it's a private company that does this, then how can the government step in the TSA, and mandate all this stuff and be part of that. I mean, because it's
when you're talking about the TSA, what you have here is you have the federal government coming in and say, hey, look, if you guys are going to operate and fly your planes all around the world, we're going to put security in your airports to make sure that no dumbass brings any kinds of weapons or the dangerous bottle of shampoo on board and tries to take over the plane.
Hey, that shampoo's a motherfucker.
You know what's even worse than shampoo?
You get that in your eyes, you can't see, you're crying.
Toothpaste, shaving cream. Yeah. Oh man, you're talking about some dangerous chemicals there.
You could take over a whole city with a 1 ounce bottle of shampoo. Don't get mad at me. We will hold you down and wash your hair, bitch.
See if they give you a plastic knife with your in-flight meal.
It's actually a spork. I remember the last online meal I had. It was a spork.
The spork.
Whoever invented that needs to be just stabbed with a spork in their eye.
I don't know. I kind of think that I would like to own some spork flatware. I like the spork idea.
I don't. Give me real silverware. I don't want a spork. Now I'll use plastic silverware.
I'm not talking about a plastic spork. I'm talking like silverware spork.
Why would you want that?
Oh,
it's inconvenient to have to use one to begin with.
Perfect for salads and soup at the same time.
No.
Oh yeah.
They can keep that.
Look, you got a kid to wash the dishes, so you're safe.
I don't have a kid to wash the dishes. No.
Okay, let me rephrase that. You've had kids to wash the dishes.
Sometimes.
Okay. So you've never had to sit there, or I guess I say, since the kids have been doing dishes, you don't have to sit there and wash the little forks and wash the little spoons and all that shit separately. I'm saying you got the spork, you got the food, you got the spoon and the fork all in one. You can eliminate the other.
Wow, that just unfolded right in front of me. We're that lazy to where we're going to combine our silverware because we don't want to wash forks and stuff.
I think it makes good sense.
No, I think it makes sense to you. I don't think it makes sense to anybody else. I don't want to eat with a spork. I don't like doing it when I have to do it. So why would I do it on purpose?
Are you afraid of the spork?
No, I just think the spork's a bad concept.
Why?
It just is.
Well, you can't just say something just is. You
ever been eating with a spoon and stab yourself with it?
I've never been stabbed with a spoon.
Okay, but a spork has pointy tips on the end of it.
Yeah.
You could jab yourself in the tongue with that. No.
You could jab yourself in the tongue with a fork.
Well, no, because with a fork, I know it's a fork. I'm expecting it.
So your argument is the reason you hate the spork is you can't distinguish the two. You can't distinguish.
Well, what if my tongue gets confused? What if he doesn't know any better? He's like, oh, look, it's a spoon. Oh, no, it's a fork. Back up, back up. I'm just saying. I know, it sounds like I've been sipping the Kool-Aid you've been drinking on, doesn't it?
Holy shit, dude.
Now we're equal for the Terminator babies.
I don't even know what to say anymore. My tongue might get confused.
Right. We shouldn't do that.
Wow.
Anything else you want to hear about?
No.
I can do this. I can do this all day.
I'm good. Play some music.
No. I don't want to play music. My ears might get confused and think it's a commercial. All right, fine. We'll be back. Oh man, I tell you what, I can't even read any more of this new stuff. This is just like, ugh. Done.
Let me light it on fire.
No.
Come on. Just a little fire.
Give people a little bit of glimpse of my day. Usually when I'm driving home from work.
Do you need to get on Facebook?
No.
And tell us about it? Or?
No, I don't need to tweet this. I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
But normally on my drive home, I usually call you.
Yeah.
And we have these long conversations throughout the week.
Yeah, but those are patient-doctor confidentiality thing. I mean,
you are not a doctor. Get that out of your head.
I'm certified.
Oh, you're certified, all right. And you may even have stayed in a Holiday Inn Express last night. But guess what? You're not a doctor. Okay. But anyway, we have these conversations. So you get to hear a lot of my road rage on the
Oh
way
yeah.
home from work. Yeah, a lot.
A lot
And
of my patients have road rage.
yeah. Well, I think just because there's so many idiots out there on the road is why.
There are.
And so one of these things that really just agitates the shit out of me is these guys on bicycles on the highways. Man. Okay, here's the rule. If you can't go 65 mile an hour on that bicycle, then you had best get the hell out of my way. That I understand the share the road concept, but this should not count for highways. You do not belong on the highway. Because you have to understand, I pop over a hill doing 65 and you're doing 15, it takes me a little bit to stop.
What's really bad is when the state has used not only the state's money but federal money to go through and put in bike trails and bike paths and all this bullshit freaking everywhere. Walking paths, bike paths, and yet these idiots think it's a great idea to get on these state roads. Now, when you say highways, you don't see these people on bicycles on the interstate. That's illegal.
Right.
But it's the state highways we're talking about. Highways like you and your lettered highways and sometimes
Highway
even
13.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's primarily your state highways. But yeah, why do you need to ride your bicycle down a highway? You're fucking retarded. You know what? It's a good thing you're wearing that fucking helmet. You need it. If you think riding your bicycle on the highway is a good idea, you should be wearing that helmet.
Well, and they're not even on the shoulder. They're on the damn road.
Yeah.
I mean, how small do you think my SUV is?
Yeah.
I got cars coming the other direction. Do you think I'm going to hit them first or hit you? I'm not going to choose the other car.
Well, you're talking about roads that have very little or no shoulder.
Actually, this section that I drive through actually has a good shoulder to it.
And they're not driving on the shoulder.
No, they're on the highway. And they're pedaling their little asses off. But guess what? You're not going fast enough.
You know what you should do is just get around them, get right in front of them, and short stop. Have that son of a bitch run in the back of you and say, "Excuse me, I need to see your insurance card. You just ran into the back of me."
Right.
You dumb fucking bicycle riding motherfuckers. Get your ass on the little bike path that you bitch so much that you wanted and needed. Go ride your bicycle there. Stay off the freaking highways.
Well, and we have rights. We have rights.
You have the right to stay the fuck out of my way when I'm driving down the fucking highway.
I should have the right to get out of my SUV and knock the shit out of you for being in my way.
Absolutely.
It just makes no sense why you would want to get on a highway with a bicycle and try to keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand in town. There are some guys, I've seen them in town, they're doing 20, 25 mile an hour on them bicycles.
In town is one thing. Now in a bigger city, like a bigger metropolis, I wouldn't recommend riding your bicycle on the busy, highways in the city. No way. That's stupid. And not to mention in those big areas, you've got all these little paths and stuff that people bitch that we needed and all this tax money went to, and they still don't freaking use them.
Well, no, and here we have the Katy Trail that goes all the way from down past Clinton all the way up to St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I still see people jogging on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
I mean, how stupid do you have to be to go, you know what? I think I'm going to go play in traffic today. Yeah, I got nothing better to do.
These people are the perfect example of the people that were given timeouts and not beaten as a child. As a kid, every kid plays in the street at least once.
Well, yeah, until
you
get
play
your
in the
ass
street,
beat.
Mom and Dad catches you. Guess what? You're getting your ass busted, and you're not going to do it again because the ass busting that you got is going to be rememberable. It's going to be memorable. There we go.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a impediment there for a second.
Yeah. Not all of us have our meds with us.
Are you gonna keep rubbing that in?
Yeah, damn straight.
Beating a dead horse there, my friend.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So yeah, my road rage does get the better of me sometimes.
Why is it I get more excited over your road rage?
I don't know. I don't get worked up over stuff. It pisses me off. I just don't let it get me to that point where I'm just yelling and screaming.
Yeah. I'm at the point I'm thinking, I'm going to get in front of this fucker on the bicycle. I'm going to slam on my brakes and I'm going to open my car door and hope that son of a bitch runs right into it.
I'm not going to damage my truck just for the prove
Fuck yeah,
point.
He ran into me. He's paying for it. Rules of the road, baby.
But yet, the walkers, the bike riders, or better yet, how about the people that can't even drive the speed limit? What is the purpose of getting on a highway and driving 35 mile an hour?
Well, when you live in rural areas, you've got mailboxes and stuff off the side of the road. People slow up for their mailboxes or to turn off. Or
oh, no, I can follow them for miles and they're doing 35 mile an hour. I really hope when I get to that age where I shouldn't be driving, my kids take my keys away or disable my truck or something. Because I see that more dangerous than a guy that's speeding. Because, I pop over a hill and here's Farmer Joe doing 25 mile an hour in his pickup truck. And now I've got to slam on my brakes so I don't plow into him. I really see that more dangerous than some guy doing 10 over the speed limit.
Well, with the Farmer Joe example, let's say he's not in a pickup truck but in a combine. What do you do?
Well, you slam on the brakes because you sure as hell don't want to hit that combine.
But in that situation, you can't bitch about it. He has just as much right to be doing 15 miles an hour in his combine as you do have going 55 or 60 in your SUV.
And I'm not complaining about the combine. I'm complaining about the pickup truck. It has a gas pedal. Push it. It'll go. If you push it, it will go. Just keep saying that over and over. If you push it, it will go.
Look, I don't know how many times I have to tell you the world does not revolve around your cock. Stop it.
Yeah, see? You had to throw that up. I knew we wouldn't make it through the rest of the segment without the word cock coming up out of you.
Cock. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I think you have that on the brain.
You know what? I should probably go home tonight, rub one out, and see if that helps.
There's a mental image nobody wanted.
You're welcome.
No. Dude, don't do that to people.
And bang goes the dynamite.
That's just wrong. But yeah, and then now here's the topper of all the idiots on the highway are the ones that stop to turn and don't use no signals whatsoever.
Now the turn signal thing, I'm on board with that. People changing lanes without using their turn signal, people turning off without using their turn signal. You know what?
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. I want to somehow stop these people and lecture them before I beat them half to death. And tell them how much it is their fault that they are receiving the beating that they're getting.
I think some of them, the only way you'd get through them is actually if you called them on their cell phone. Because they'd answer that while they're driving.
Oh, yeah. They'll answer their cell phone.
Yeah. Now, okay. I just said that I was on the phone and had conversations with you on my way home. I have a Bluetooth system in my truck. I don't have to hold a phone. I can drive fully functional, both hands, and not have to touch anything. So, I see the hands-free system as a great idea. But I see these people, they'll pull out in front of you, and then when you pass them, they're talking on their phone. I'm like, what are you doing?
You got enough money to buy a $500 phone, but you can't spend another $25 for the Bluetooth thing that hooks to your radio?
Yeah, well, it's more than that, but it is worth it though. To me, I think that's the way to go. That and the people that text, well, they're just dumb.
I think people texting and driving, that should be automatic license suspension.
Well, but how do you go about catching them? It's hard to catch people texting and driving. Because they put it down in their lap. and they'd look down, look up, look down. That's how they crashed, but I don't know how you would catch that.
You got all these cops out there with their little speed guns. Fuck that gun. If you just had a cop out there looking for people on their cell phones. Oh, there's one.
And you're probably going to think I'm crazy for this, but I really see
Too
this
late
happening.
for that.
I really see this happening in the future. That they make cars that block cell phone signal. That way you can't call out from the inside of a car.
Now, see, here's the problem with that. Let's say that you're in an accident and you need to dial 911 and you can't because your signal's blocked.
Well, you have to get out of the car somehow.
Yeah, what if you can't? You've been in an accident. You're crushed in.
I don't know.
Yeah, I see your idea, but it's not plausible.
Well, I mean, really, look at the way cars are designed now. We have cars that won't start unless you hold the brake pedal down. We have cars that won't start if the seatbelt's not buckled.
Well, that wouldn't last with me.
Well, no, I just cut the little knob thing off the seatbelt, just plug it in, and be done with it. Just because I don't wear seatbelts. I haven't, I won't. I've paid many a seatbelt tickets in my life, and I'll keep paying them. Because I refuse to wear it. I've seen too many car accidents where the driver's seat is pretty much smashed to nothing. The steering column sitting in the back of the seat. I think I'd rather take my chances of getting thrown out of the car
than being crushed
in the car. But you would think by now people would learn texting and driving kills. We shouldn't do that. But there they are, the Darwin Award winners out there still texting and driving. So
take their license.
Maybe. I wonder if cell phone companies could create something that worked with your GPS and your phone. That way, if the car is moving, it won't let you send a text message out.
Well, here's the thing. I've been in a situation where I was driving down the interstate, and I seen somebody that had to have been drunk. I mean, swerving all over in between the lanes, and they actually ran up on the concrete barrier separating the highways. They ran up on that and was swerving all around. And of course, I picked up the cell phone, star 55. Yes, this is what's going on. I'm following the guy right now. This is where we're at. Take care of it. So to turn off the cell phone signal in cars, I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, no, just the phone blocks it from sending text messages. Not the phone calls. Just the text messages.
Well, if you could distinguish the signal, I'd say, yeah, that would be fine.
Well, yeah, I think you could because I think it goes out as a different data signal than what the phone does.
I don't know.
I think it does. I'm not for sure. I'm not an expert in that field, but I think something has to be done because we just got too many people wrecking their cars because they won't put the damn phone down.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I love my phone. I use my phone a lot. But one thing I can honestly say, you don't see me texting and driving. You've ridden with me many a times, you know.
Yeah.
I don't text and drive. My phone will go off and beep, and that phone will sit there in the console until I get where I'm going. So, people are dumb.
Let's play some music for these people.
All right, let's find something to throw on, and then maybe we'll come back and rant for another 10 minutes or so. Back to things that just drive me nuts. Do you know the town I work in down there in Clinton?
Yeah.
They have a law now to where you can't smoke near a business outside.
If it's my business, I'm smoking in it.
It's the law now.
I tell them to suck my nuts. After they give me their business license, of course. Say, look, I'm good. Go fuck off. This is my business. It's a cigarette shop.
And I know you're a smoker, and I'm sure you get your fair share of people that shun you because you smoke. I get people that give me dirty looks because I use dip, and they are like, "Oh, that's so nasty and gross." Well, yeah, so's jerking off. Nobody's trying to ban that.
Yeah, no shit.
So
You know.
it's just getting ridiculous of what you can and cannot do in public now.
Well, as far as doing things in public, I'm the wrong person to talk to. But yeah, people have just gotten so overly sensitive. It's pathetic. You're a pathetic people. Oh my God, I'm offended by your cigarette smoke. Well, let me tell you, that fucking SUV you're driving puts out more fumes than my fucking cigarette, but no one's telling you you can't drive your fucking SUV. No, of course not. And you know what else offends me? Is the fucking designer clothes your fucking kids is wearing, Mr. Oversensitive Pussy. Those designer clothes made by fucking slaves over in fucking China or Japan or where the fuck it came from. But is anybody giving you shit about that? No. So you know what? You can take your I'm no cigarette fucking shit and shove it up your fucking ass.
You're so full of hate.
I'm not saying kill all the non-smokers. I'm just saying do away with the ones that want to bitch about the people smoking.
Well,
the world's overpopulated the way it is. You know what? The way I see it is take these bitchy whiny pussies, grind them up, and make burritos.
Euthanasia for the non-smokers.
There you go. Soylent Green, we'll make that shit come true.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not eating a Soylent Green.
You don't like Soylent Green? That's fine. They also have other flavors. Soylent Orange, for example.
I'm going to pass on anything that says Soylent on it. Pretty sure that's not on my menu.
Throw in some onions, some mushrooms. All right, it's all good.
No.
Full protein. Now, you do have to be careful with the mad human disease. Similar to the mad cow, but in this case it would be the mad human disease. Or, as we've known to call it, Charlie Sheen syndrome.
Do you know there is, it's funny you said that because I got this useless trivia now for you. The only two species on this earth that you can't eat their brain is human and polar bears. It actually causes some form of dementia.
Yeah.
But that's the only two, is polar bears and humans. Any other brain of any other species you can eat and it won't affect you.
You know what we need to hear right now as we're talking about this? Is White Zombies. What was that song? Grease Paint Monkey Brains?
Grease Paint and Monkey Brains. Yeah, God, I ain't heard that in ages.
I haven't heard that in oh man. Getting flashbacks from the pit on that one.
I bet you have a lot of flashbacks.
Dude, if I had the technology, I would hook some kind of device up to my head that would be able to project the flashbacks that I get. I could sell tickets to that shit.
I bet it'd be like a horror show. People be running.
Nah. People love a good horror movie.
Not coming from your head. There's got to be some bad flashbacks in that.
Well, yeah, they're not bad. Actually, they're pretty good flashbacks. It fills in a lot of blanks.
The missing years.
Yeah,
that could be a book.
Oh, that could be a series, dude.
No, unfortunately, I can't say the same on that. I don't have any flashbacks. I remember everything.
And that's why you went everywhere with me. Well, that's why you went a lot of places. That's why you went some places with me.
Except for when I'm stuck in the back of a Chevy van going down the highway in the pouring rain at 80 plus mile an hour.
You're sitting here, aren't you?
Oh, I'm surprised. I really thought that was the end.
Well, what a better way to go.
No. Not in the back of a Chevy van with you guys. No.
That was the shaggin' wagon, man.
That thing was a beast. A lot of concerts in that vehicle. A lot of concerts.
A lot of concerts. A lot of other stuff in that vehicle.
Yeah. Well, I think we're pretty much winding down. It's time to call it a night till next week. So remember, you can download the app from the Google Play Store. That's the, was it Listen to My Radio?
That sounds good.
Is the name of it, I think. and download that app, or next week log in on the website and chat and listen to us live.
Yeah,
Until
if we're not on the air, you can still feel free to come by the website, leave us some messages. If you've got some ideas or something you want to talk about or want us to talk about, drop by, let us know.
until then, we're just gonna leave you with this.